Tonight, when you look down at a soccer ball, you see 90 minutes of pure sport. But the real answer to how someone reaches the very top is far stranger than talent alone. It starts on cracked asphalt where nobody passes to you, moves through dark English training pitches, and ends in a stadium of 90,000 people screaming your name. Level 1. Street baller. The future World Cup winner used to be the worst player on a street full of 9-year-olds, but what he learns there wins his country a World Cup. That kid is you. Right now you are 14 years old in Mesa, Arizona. Your dad teaches high school chemistry and has decided soccer is not a real sport. Chess is a real sport, while soccer is what kids do when they cannot handle math. He is convinced offside is a scam invented to slow the game down. Your mom works nights in the emergency room, having seen you conscious maybe 4 hours this month. The rest of the time she watches medical dramas because apparently a real emergency room is not dramatic enough. In Arizona, soccer is not cool, American football is cool. The popular kids play football, they are huge, and they spend more time on after-school cardio with the cheer squad than on the actual sport. 2 of them get a girl pregnant before they get a diploma, which in this town is basically a scholarship. Your family cannot afford a real club academy, so you play with the local immigrant kids down the block. Their families cannot afford a real ball, so the ball is a half-flat volleyball. The goals are 2 shopping carts someone stole from a Walmart parking lot years ago. You are the only American out here, and you figured that came with some kind of home field advantage. It does not. The 9-year-olds are better than you, and nobody passes to you ever. Diego is the best of them. He is 9 years old. In the first week he nutmegs you, stops the game so everyone gets a good look, and asks if they let you use your hands in America because your feet clearly do not work. The whole block loses it. So you stop asking for the ball and take it off Diego instead. You slide it to whoever is making a run, again and again, 30 times in one Saturday until the best kid on the block is crying because the worst one will not let him keep it. Diego's dad watches the whole thing from the sideline. He stops watching his own son and starts watching you, being the only one out there who knows how good Diego actually is. Far to the south, in a Brazilian favela, a kid your age keeps a rolled-up sock in the air for 400 touches. His name is Marcus Denyo. He has never owned a real ball, just one stitched from his mother's clothes. The police killed her when he was 9, leaving him with 8 younger siblings who eat before he does. He has nothing, but soon he will take something important from you. In 2026, you will line up against him in a World Cup final. Level 2, Youth Academy player. The man on the sideline was Diego's dad. Everyone on the block calls him Don Refugio, and he runs the under-50s at a half-pro club off the highway. He did not knock on your door because you could play. He knocked because, in his words to your father, your boy cannot play, but he sees the game, so let me have him on Saturdays. Your dad said no, but your mom said yes louder. The first thing the academy does is meg you. Refugio's club trains on back pitches where the grass gives up first. In the very first drill, a 14-year-old nutmegs you so cleanly that the whole circle stops to appreciate it. You wear the yellow bib, the bib of shame. You will wear it so often that the kitman starts handing it to you on the way in to save everyone the trouble. Everybody here can do things with the ball that you cannot, and half of them already have agents, grown men in quarter zips fighting over kids who cannot legally sign anything. Meanwhile, there is you, retaping cleats that were knockoffs when you bought them. The coach wants to cut you after 2 weeks, but what saves you is a vest. They make you wear a GPS tracker under your shirt, a plastic pod that reads everything. When the assistant pulls the data, your name is at the top of exactly one column, not goals, not assists, but distance covered and sprint count. You ran more than anyone, touched the ball the least, and topped a stat nobody has ever once chanted from a terrace. He keeps you for the engine, not the feet, for being willing to suffer. You start watching film at 1 in the morning on a cracked laptop, focusing not on the strikers, but on the destroyers. You learn where to stand before the ball gets there, and how to step across a passing lane. You cannot beat a man, but you can make sure he never gets the ball in the first place. 3 years go by like that. By senior year, at the spring showcase in front of scouts with clipboards, you do not score or assist, but you erase their best player, a kid committed to a Division I college. You recover the ball 15 times, and your team wins 1-0. Afterward, a scout writes a name in his pad. Yours, not the goal scorer's. At home, it is a cold war. Your dad puts your college acceptance letter on the kitchen table like evidence, saying this soccer thing ends in May. Your mom, still in scrubs from a double shift, says or it does not, and nobody finishes dinner. That summer, your club travels to the Dallas Cup, and a man in an Aston Villa polo watches you for 90 minutes. He walks straight past the kid who scored twice and hands you a card. He says the sentence you will repeat to yourself for years. We have plenty of lads who can score, but we need one who eats grass. Do you want to do that in England? You have a soccer scholarship to nowhere and a one-way conversation with your father, but you take the card. You do not know it yet, but a kid from a Brazilian favela is already waiting at the place you are going, and he will take more from you than the game ever does. Level 3. Reserve team player. Nobody tells you that the Premier League and Premier League reserves are two different planets. You land at Aston Villa in February thinking you are one good month away from the first team. Instead, you get a peg in the under-21s changing room and a club flat with a knocking radiator. You eat a meal deal alone, a sausage roll, a soda, and a flapjack, and call it dinner because that is what the lads do and what you can afford. 8 years from now, 90,000 people will scream your name at a World Cup final on home soil. But tonight you are Googling one-way flights back to Phoenix on a phone with a cracked screen. Your wage is £500 a week, which feels enormous until you meet Marcus Dinho. He is your exact age, Villa's Academy golden boy shipped in from Brazil at 15. The kind of kid the media calls the next superstar. He has a boot deal and a luxury car he is too young to insure. On your second day, in front of everyone, he picks your boots up off the bench, taped at the toe with the badge half peeled, and holds them up like he found a dead animal. He calls you a taxi, all meter and no passengers, and the room laughs. You cannot say anything back because that makes you the guy who cannot take a joke. Then he takes a marker and writes one word across your left boot, taxi. You play a good game that week, breaking up everything, but the staff debrief is spent entirely on Marcus's 2 goals. You call home, and your dad tells you to come home and go to college, saying this was always going to happen. You open the airline app, get as far as the payment screen, but then see Marcus outside a money transfer shop counting bills into the window. You learn the truth in pieces over the next month. 8 younger siblings holding together after their mother was killed in a favela police raid, and a father who left. The arrogance is armor he welded on so nobody sees the kid underneath. Every Friday he wires almost his entire wage home. It does not make you friends, he still calls you taxi, but the word lands differently now. The club calls you in. There are 6 of you who run, so they are sending you somewhere you will actually play, a third-tier club a whole division down. Level 4, loaned-out player. Stockdale Town's gym is a porter cabin behind the away end, and the pitch in November is less grass than mud. This is lower league football, no GPS vests, no nutrition apps. There is a kitman named Big Kev who has been there since 1994, and a 38-year-old center half named Doggy who has a mortgage, 3 kids, and no fear of you. The football is long, fast, and angry. But here, finally, you are good, not a star, but the heartbeat. The manager takes one look at your engine and builds the whole team in front of you. They pay you £1,400 a week, and for the first time football covers your rent. Lower league fans do not want flair, they want a man who will run through a wall. They find out about the nickname, and at first the away end chants it to mock you. But then comes the derby against a hyped lone player who does stepovers and refuses to track back. You do not let him have a single clean touch for 90 minutes, completely turning off his electricity. The home fans take the nickname back, hanging a banner over the tunnel that reads, Taxi. He drives the bus. A year and a half in, the chairman offers you a permanent contract, and you almost say yes. Then Aston Villa activates your recall clause. They want you back for the first team. You clean out your peg, drive back up the highway, and guess who is waiting? Level 5, first team footballer. Marcus's first words to you back in the building are simple, feed me, taxi. That is the whole job now. He is the star striker with 40 goals across 2 seasons, and you are the defensive midfielder who sits in front of the back 4 and does the work nobody films. The wage is £28,000 a week, but you stop telling your dad the number because it embarrasses both of you for opposite reasons. You make the tackle that stops the counterattack, and the camera cuts to the striker jogging back. The things that win games and the things that get talked about are 2 different lists, and you are very good at the wrong one. On a Tuesday night, in the 94th minute, you slide in and take the ball so cleanly the referee does not even check, starting the move that wins the game. Marcus finishes it and gets all the highlights. But the manager finds you in the corridor afterward and tells you that you are the most important player he has, warning you never to change. Marcus gets sold to Real Madrid for a massive fee. On his way out, he leans into your ear and tells you to enjoy the bus. You think that is the last thing he ever takes from you, but it is not. However, the manager does not replace him with another striker. He rebuilds the team around you. That summer, an email arrives from the United States men's national team. They are watching you. Level 6, top flight player. The same word they use to bury you, limited. The manager now uses into a microphone like a compliment, calling you the team's metronome. Everything runs through you. With Marcus gone, the team breathes at the tempo you set, and pundits start comparing you to the best midfielders in the world. Your new contract is £90,000 a week. You meet Sophia, start wearing $40,000 watches, and date the kind of girl you used to watch from the outside. But your form dips because half of you is somewhere else, and the manager benches you. You go back to what always worked, 1 in the morning, the laptop, the film. You strip the new life back down to the kid with the engine. Win your shirt back, and lead the team to a Premier League title. You lift the trophy with taxi still inked on your boot, a private joke that stopped being a joke long time ago. Your dad sends a text saying maybe he was wrong. You save it. The national team call comes. They want you for the upcoming home World Cup. You are holding the phone when Sophia casually mentions she is going on a girls' trip to Madrid. Level 7. International player. Singing the anthem with the national crest on your chest brings you right back to being 14 in Mesa. Then, in a hotel corridor at camp, a teammate shows you his phone. A tabloid photo of Sophia in Madrid on Marcus Dino's arm. The favela kid who took your boots has now taken your personal life. You do not post anything or call her. You take all of it onto the pitch 3 days later in a World Cup qualifier. You break the game in half, win every loose ball, and turn from a limited runner into the engine of a whole country. The captain tells the huddle that this group is going to do something special at the home World Cup. On the other side of the tournament bracket, Brazil qualifies with Marcus as their captain and talisman. Back at your club, the manager hands you the captain's armband. Level 8. Club captain. The armband makes you responsible for 24 players. You mentor a 17-year-old American rookie who was picked last on his street, telling him to watch where the ball is going to be, not where it is. In the Champions League, you draw Real Madrid. You face Marcus for the first time since the news broke. For 2 legs, you completely shut him down, giving him no space and no service. You lead your club to a Champions League title, lifting the trophy as captain. Then the 2026 World Cup arrives on home soil in North America. You are named captain of the national team. Brazil are the favorites, led by Marcus. If both teams keep winning, there is only one place it ends. Level 9. World Cup winner. Both teams kept winning, leading to the World Cup final, United States against Brazil. Marcus is across the halfway line in yellow. You are in white with the captain's armband. In the tunnel, he looks down at your boots, sees taxi re-inked, and almost smiles. Neither of you says a word. In the 88th minute, tied 1-1, the ball drops to Marcus. You read his touch before he makes it, take the ball cleanly, and look up. Instead of playing it safe, you slide a perfect pass into the run of the 17-year-old rookie from Atlanta, who buries it. The taxi finally picked up a passenger. The United States wins the World Cup. In the stands, your dad is wearing a USA shirt and crying, sitting next to your mom. Back in Mesa, the kids who never passed to you are screaming at the TV. At the whistle, you swap shirts with Marcus. He looks at your boots and says somebody finally paid the fare. You do not think about the money or the trophies. You think about a deflated volleyball and 2 shopping carts on an asphalt street in Arizona. The man on the sideline was right. You cannot really play, but God, can you run.